Welcome to the channel. Today, I'm going to tell you the amazing story of one of the most controversial and contradictory fighters of World War II, the Brewster F2A Buffalo. This aircraft was sometimes considered one of the worst in aviation history, and at other times praised as a true legend. It was defeated in the Pacific, but in the cold northern regions of Finland, it became a real combat machine, helping to defend the freedom of its country. Why did the same aircraft receive such different evaluations? What made the Buffalo both a failure and a success? Stay with us. Today we will take a detailed look at this unusual story, full of drama, heroism, and technical nuances. The Brewster F2A Buffalo was born in the late 1930s, an era of rapid progress in aviation. It was the first American carrier-based fighter with retractable landing gear and a closed cockpit, a novelty for its time. Its design was based on a monoplane with a metal frame, which had already become standard, but it was still relatively lightweight. The wingspan was about 11 meters, and its top speed reached around 515 kilometers per hour, 320 miles per hour. The engine was a Pratt & Whitney R1820 Cyclone, air-cooled, producing about 1,200 horsepower. This provided the aircraft with decent performance on paper. However, compromises were made during design. Carrier aircraft needed strength and compactness, which limited opportunities for increasing speed and armament. Its combat load was up to 450 kilograms, about 1,000 pounds, of bombs or rockets, and armament consisted of 4 12.7 mm .50 caliber machine guns mounted in the wings. Even by the standards of the time, this was modest firepower. In the Pacific theater, it faced the legendary Japanese Mitsubishi A6M0, a light, highly maneuverable fighter with powerful armament. The Buffalo was heavy and slow, with poor maneuverability and low survivability. Many pilots described flying the Buffalo as a nightmare. Its armor and protection were insufficient, and engines often overheated in the tropical climate. Because of poor tactical effectiveness, the Buffalo was quickly replaced by more advanced models, the Grumman F4F Wildcat, and later the F6F Hellcat. In 1939, Finland purchased about 44 Brewster B-239 aircraft, a lighter, simplified version of the Buffalo with some weight and equipment reductions. Finnish pilots quickly adapted to the aircraft and were able to exploit its strengths, a sturdy construction and excellent cockpit visibility. During the Winter War, 1939 to 1940, and the subsequent continuation war against the Soviet Union, the Buffalo scored victories over Soviet fighters like the I-16 and I-153. The successes of Finnish aces such as Erkki Kolli and Olli Puhakka, who scored dozens of kills flying the Buffalo, made them national heroes. Why did the Buffalo perform so differently? First, climatic conditions played a major role. In the cold, dry northern air, engines worked more reliably, and the lightness of the aircraft was felt more strongly. Second, the Finns removed some armor and equipment, improving maneuverability and speed. Third, Finnish pilots employed tactics that leveraged the Buffalo's advantages, operating from small airfields, flying in groups, and launching surprise attacks. Fourth, Soviet aircraft of the early war period were not as advanced as the Japanese in the Pacific, which also played to the Buffalo's strengths. Although the Buffalo never became an American Navy legend, it entered history thanks to Finnish aces and its unusual fate. This aircraft is a vivid example of how success depends not only on technical specs, but also on the conditions of use and human factors. The Buffalo became a symbol that even a bad aircraft can deliver outstanding results in the right hands. In Finnish hands, the Buffalo became a real combat machine thanks to several key tactical and technical changes: lightness and maneuverability. The Finns removed extra equipment, radios, some armor, additional weapons, significantly reducing the aircraft's weight. This allowed it to accelerate faster and maneuver better in the air. Air combat tactics. Finnish pilots used hit-and-run tactics, avoiding tight-turning dogfights, which the Buffalo would lose against more agile Soviet fighters. Instead, they performed quick attacks from advantageous positions followed by immediate withdrawal. Tactical advantages. The Finns operated from small temporary airfields, allowing them to rapidly change positions and maintain the initiative. Example: battle. In one battle, Finnish ace Erkki Kooli on a Buffalo faced several Soviet R-16 fighters. Using superior speed after dropping bombs and the right attack angles, he shot down 2 enemies without losing a single plane. The Buffalo was powered by the Pratt & Whitney R1820 Cyclone, a reliable but fairly heavy 9-cylinder air-cooled radial engine. Engine problems were more common in the hot, humid climate of Southeast Asia, where cooling was less effective and maintenance was difficult. Its armament of 4.50 caliber machine guns was considered weak compared to later fighters that carried cannons. This reduced the Buffalo's effectiveness in close air combat. However, the Finnish B-239 variant's lighter weight compensated for some of these disadvantages. Despite positive Finnish reports, the U.S. Navy quickly concluded that the Buffalo did not meet the demands of the new war. It was too slow and poorly protected against the new Japanese fighters. In the Pacific, where maneuverability and speed were crucial, the Buffalo became obsolete. Production and technical issues also prevented rapid upgrades and improvements. The Buffalo's story is a lesson for engineers and the military alike. Even the most advanced project on paper needs real-world testing. The Buffalo showed that an aircraft is not only about specs, but also about the people who fly it, the environment it operates in, and the tactics used in battle. It is one of the most vivid illustrations of how war changes the fates of machines and men alike. What do you think is more important for success, the technical perfection of the machine or the skill of the pilot? Write your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Many more fascinating stories from aviation history are coming soon. Thanks for watching and see you next time.